Yeah, Chewy is still doing the thing, right? So it broke out this downtrend back as the retested bounced and actually had solid buying volume today with that. This is kind of what I was talking about though. Like, I know the broader market did all kinds of crazy things with position for next year and potential turn up and not with the market being about. I know situations like Austin did crazy stuff today, like Bitcoin was up 25 cents. So for a big benefit in the markets.
You're the better ones, you can't go.
That's still a very cool setup on Bitcoin. Yet another higher low. I'm not super stressed about that increasing volume there because it's pointing out the smaller level. It stays like on the channel. That's when it keeps going up. So I personally don't like MicroStrategy on Bitcoin, but still the risk is there. I noticed that and I was like, where you get calls and I walked it in this morning with smart because I'm like really not hands on. But sure enough, there's risk in that. Yeah, Chris is so risked up, I think, Chris. I don't think it's safe to trade on that. I'm gonna draw this one. Yeah, it's a nice breakout. It looks like going on Monday, Thursday. That's still very bullish right there. I would put my MicroStrategy portfolio at 177.5 and that $4,000 some of this stuff may get forced to move from today just because of what monthly liquidity on exchanges expiration for those funds. So definitely something to keep in mind. Same thing on Bitcoin next week if we get a catalyst from the Fed chairman possibly telling us that the Fed will not be increasing rates anytime soon. I might purchase it as soon as possible, but I do not imagine that to be the case anytime soon. Draw this one. Still a flat top on 75 cents. Not very sharp, but it's been going higher. This MicroStrategy calls up to 26.4. So yeah, that's how I see it. Wow, it's actually reasonably priced too. He did good. I like that. Which I'm guessing a lot of those guys today is still. Sorry. So yeah, break out again like I was there. We had a big bullish momentum breakout too. Look at that magic volume candle with that breakout. So this is what I'm talking about, this consolidation. And that's why it retraces and goes forward, continuing until what we want to see in the short term is a push above that 80% level right there. That was about 4 days ago. It's pretty bullish. Top tier retailers or traders are going to take it to $100 this year. Alright guys, give me just a second to pull up this list of tickers. This is going to be a pretty quick session. I got a couple of meetings I got to jump on. But wanted to touch on a few charts for y'all because I know people are panicking. So I'm going to start right here on Tesla because I know a lot of people have been asking about Tesla. So you can see here Tesla actually broke to the downside of this trend, and it in the pre-market session actually already tagged my first downside target here. So what I'm looking for here, let me turn this back on. Sorry, this is a new PC I just built over the weekend. I need to turn on the little mouse click thing. Just a second so that you can actually see it. I'm still here. Hold on. Where is my setting? Here we go. Pointer. Alright. Cool. This is what I was trying to do. Sorry. Should have said that there'll be a couple of things I probably noticed with the PC that need to be tweaked as we're kind of going through these first few sessions. But at any rate, let's dive back in. So Tesla, right? We broke this trend yet again, which if you went back and you looked the TA on this, we had that pennant that formed right up in this area. It actually broke to the downside of the pennant there. I think it was drawn about like that. Actually, it was down a little bit more because it wasn't as aggressive, but at any rate, it broke the downside bounce, retested that pennant, and rejected, and consolidated and rejected that trend again. So what I'm looking for here is to see, can Tesla hold this level, this 379 level, or is it going to break to the downside and start filling gaps, right? So lots going on with Tesla right now. Sorry for all the lines. We trade across multiple time horizons, but this is the levels you want to watch on Tesla. So jumping over to NVDA real quick, because I know that's the big one that people are really stressing about, because it dove hard off the DeepSeek info and everything else with tariffs over the weekend. So what do we have going on with NVIDIA? I'm going to look at the daily real quick so y'all can see this without all the busy. But downside target on NVIDIA was going to be that 135 level, 135.92. And that was the range. It rejected hard on Friday, and that was a bearish engulfing daily candle. So what happened? News came in for DeepSeek, as well as kind of reality set in that Trump's actually not playing around when it comes to tariffs. He'll do it. So we broke very, very hard to the downside on NVIDIA. And yeah, here, let me add this real quick so we have it. We're down over 11% still in pre-market at this point. So I think we get some little retracement bounces on stuff, but this is one of those situations where I'm not going to advocate for people buying longer term calls. And there's a reason why you didn't see me entering NVIDIA calls last week and for the last few weeks. Calls or puts, honestly, with NVIDIA, because the risk to reward didn't make sense. But at any rate, what you've got here on NVIDIA is you don't want to try to catch this. Like, it may bounce at one of these previous support levels, but also this thing could keep diving hard. And if it does, it's going to hurt. Some of these may not recover calls wise, so I would just be careful personally with the trading on NVIDIA right now. Still kicking myself because I should have sold more covered calls on my NVIDIA shares last week when it tagged my upside price target right there. And I didn't because I was sidetracked with some other trades. But we're watching this. We'll see if it catches its bounce. As of right now, key levels you want to watch on NVIDIA are going to be this 125 level, just in general, as well as if it breaks that, it's probably going to head very quickly to fill that gap at 119.38. From there, if that breaks, it gets ugly with NVIDIA, unfortunately. So we could dive really, really hard. If we dive right here, reality is that we probably are going to backtest this trend line. So just keep that in mind. And sorry, it's not showing the pre-market drop, but we're actually like right in here right now in pre-market. Next ticker I'm gonna jump over to is Apple, because this one that we started lightly phasing into some calls on last week, because it is at a key demand zone level right now. So what I really would like to see on Apple is it hold this range, this 222 range. I mean, my feelings wouldn't be hurt if it dove a little bit deeper to a 220.38, but ultimately Apple's looking like it really wants to bounce. So minimally, I would be looking for a bounce to the upside on Apple here to fill that gap at 228.48. Like I said, took a very, very, very light swing call position on Apple because this thing can also break to the downside if this bear flag breaks down. So being cautious here, but overall trying to stay away from trading a lot of the big tech tickers whenever the premiums are jacked and don't make sense. Jumping over to QQQ because I know Deej is over here in some QQQ and SPY puts. He swung over the weekend and he is very happy with what those look like they're going to do. But you can see QQQ. What's not here is there was actually an upside target that I had listed here that we had already tagged last week. I think it was right there. I deleted it once we tagged it, and now it looks like we're actually going to carry on and fill the downside move as well, potentially here. So watch to see if it can bounce off this back test of trend or if it's going to keep moving lower and again start filling gaps to the downside. So downside gap on this one is at, actually we're already going to fill this one. Downside gap, it looks like here, is down at 492.88. So that most definitely can be filled. Just be cautious. I'm not advocating for someone like YOLOing into puts or anything like that on any of these, just to be clear. Premiums are going to be jacked and ridiculous on a lot of tickers whenever we open today. So I'll probably kind of just watch cautiously on a few things to see what makes sense and jump in where it makes the most sense. SPY, similar thing going on there. We tagged that upside target, and then with the news over the weekend, this thing dove hard. For those that are kind of newer to trading stuff, a 3.5% drop on QQQ and over a 2% drop on SPY, it's huge. Like, that's a massive drop. So keep an eye on this. When you get a big drop like that, be careful about the idea that I'm going to buy it because it's got to bounce, right? Because while it can bounce, if the premiums are still jacked, it could bounce and be a middable bounce, and even though you're in calls, you may not benefit from it. So that's why you want to be careful, especially if it's a slow bounce or slow kind of retake of the support range, because it can burn you on calls in that situation. Same thing with puts. If you saw a big thing to the upside, you don't want to just buy in the middle of a range because you get burned. So premiums on QQQ and SPY right now are quite a bit jacked just because it's earnings season for big tech, so that's also influencing things quite a bit. Let's see, I do want to look at SoFi real quick because I know some people were kind of in that long with me. Ooh, I love the bounce on SoFi. So I told people I took gains on most of my SoFi longer term calls on Friday because I was up a lot, and also I wanted to go ahead and at least minimally cover a majority of my cost basis plus a net profit. So took gains on those for IV crush hit them. Today, remain in my shares, but also will be looking for adding opportunities on calls and shares on SoFi this week. They had great earnings yet again. Outlook is looking great on SoFi. You can see even with this big drop in pre-market from the market sympathy, as well as earnings, profit taking, SoFi still holding that range. So still loving SoFi here. Look at this setup on a larger time frame. That back test is actually healthy and good. It looks like we're right in this range right now. So yeah, look for the bounce off of that 1610 support level, and that'd be a great opportunity to add more long-term calls on SoFi. Let's see, what are some of the other tickers that y'all have on the list here? I need to pull up. Give me a second. Yeah, I touched on Tesla. AMD, yeah, I got you. So AMD is kind of doing exactly what I was trying to warn people about, because like you can't jump into a AMD calls with the hopes that, yeah, it's going to reverse, right? Because we saw several times before it poked its head above, here I'll look at it on the daily so you can see, poked its head above the trend line and then rejected hard, right? Poked its head above the trend line, and then where are we right now with the pre-market drop as a result of this other stuff? We're tanking hard. So watch out for AMD right here. For one, it might bounce off this support demand zone it's got going on here, but if it loses this it very likely is going to continue that movement towards 107.50. So I've been very, very patient about trying to add any kind of new position for a long term on AMD. Some people know the PC I just built. Like, I'm a huge fan of AMD in general, but the chart is the chart, right? So definitely being careful right here on AMD, looking for long-term opportunities for investment of shares as well as longer-term calls, but being patient to see a reversal form and not jump in prematurely. I really want to see Amazon today. It'd be great if it could hold that 225 range. It's a healthy back test. I started very, very lightly phasing into some longer term calls on Amazon because it needed the retest, right? So that's why I took a very small position with the intent of adding to it as we kind of got this retest in. So overall, if there is things that are going to take a hit, I think it's going to be more within the semiconductor realm in the coming weeks and months. I mean, look, NVIDIA's still diving. See, do I have the semiconductor list set up over here yet? Yeah, I do. Cool. It's like AMAT. Let's look at it. AMAT looks like it's breaking to the downside as well. Yep. Look for that. Did it fill the gap already? Yeah, it already filled that gap, but it's got another one right there, which it looks like it just barely filled. So if you see a bounce, that might be not a good opportunity for long-term calls per se, because they might not benefit from it. But if you see the opportunity to take like a quick little scalp off that bounce gap fill, that might be a decent little trade. But the options have been kind of wacky on AMAT, so I'm not trading that. NVIDIA, we looked at MPW. I mean, same thing. A lot of the semiconductor related stuff is going to get hammered right now. Let's see. Broadcom looks like it's trying to get a bounce out of the situation as well. Oh, sorry. There you go. Broadcom, bounce out of the situation as well. Qualcomm, same situation. It looks like, yeah. TSM. Holy crap, TSM's down over 10% too, so yeah. Like, you can think about the DeepSeek impact, but a lot of this is coming from the reality of the tariffs as well, which is why a lot of people have been cautious about any of the semiconductors that might have a tariff impact. So TSM's looking like it's in collapse a bit. Interestingly enough, look at Intel. It's holding strong. So we'll see what Intel can do. This thing has been a tight consolidation range across like the last, I don't know, several months. And then it caught its little bounce and then it retraced. I think ultimately Intel will chill until they get news about a new CEO. And then it'll pop off. But let's see, we look through those. Crypto, so people have understanding of that. I'm not stressed yet again about crypto here at all. Most of y'all have seen I've got pretty significant holdings and a lot kind of betting, I guess, in a sense, on crypto at this point. At stake is a better way to say it. Sorry, don't have enough coffee yet, but like this bullish setup in the larger time frame for crypto, Bitcoin specifically, is very much still intact, and that's beautiful. So I'm not bailing anytime soon on crypto. XRP, same similar thing. We needed that back test, and that is bullish continuation if we get the bounce. Ethereum, I'm going to continue to tell people it is not going to be like it was the last bull run. Like, people have come to the realization that the gas fees suck with Ethereum. I still hold a significant amount of ETH, but I also don't have expectations that Ethereum does anything crazy even during alt season. Like, it may pop off a bit during alt season when that comes in Q2, but it's not going to be like the last go round. For one, you've got a lot more overall altcoins and alt tokens within the space, but also just ETH from a blockchain standpoint is not ideal. Solana, for instance, is a much better approach for a lot cheaper gas fees, so Solana is going to continue to do great. I know people have been following along for a while now. Solana's one of my favorite ones to trade overall for 2025, as well as I hold Solana long. Let's see, Doge. I dig that. So Doge looks like it's trying to test this lower trend line here. Ideally, Doge retakes that 33-cent line, and then it can move up to the upside. But you can see here we had the downside target marked as well, because having an unbiased approach to all this is key to success. So Doge could continue and get that bounce here again, so we'll keep watching that. ADA, just not a big fan of the crypto itself, the project. I never have been. Multiple reasons why. Not going to get into that on here, but there's ADA, right? Chainlink, another one that probably a good opportunity because it's going to go nuts during alt season. But these little pullbacks and retracements like this on crypto are great opportunities to jump in for longer term investments. XLM, same thing. Look at this. See, XLM's trying to make that backside move here, but it may actually back test here and bounce, it looks like, off that trend, which would be great from a bullish continuation standpoint. So, yeah, we got that. I'm not going to keep slamming through crypto because I know some of y'all just don't care about crypto. Oh, we got something in the chat. Let me see real quick what we got in the chat. Yeah, I saw the DeepSeek majority thing. So JD, that whole buy now thing, like, I'm never gonna just tell people, oh, the buy the dip. Like, it works until it doesn't, and then people get stuck, you know, catching falling knives because you can't just look at buy now because everything's dipping. So like, I look at everything from a very ticker by ticker standpoint. So I mean, from my standpoint, NVIDIA's in a dangerous spot. I personally won't advocate for people buying longer term calls or anything like that on NVIDIA in this range. It's one thing to buy shares long term with just more of an investment approach and dollar cost average approach because you don't plan on selling anytime soon. So 5 years from now, yeah, NVIDIA is going to be up more than likely from where it is now. That being said, if you're looking to get the most for your money, you wait until you've got a confirmed reversal for the given situation, and that's where you should be adding, not just on every little dip that happens. Because while NVIDIA is down huge today, 12% is a massive drop, it can still go further down. So I'm not going to advocate for people adding into like longer term calls on something like that. Apple and Amazon are in a very different situation from a chart standpoint overall, as well as outlook. So I mean, that's why ticker by ticker matters. People will kind of confirm this, but I was very cautious about trading calls or puts on a lot of big tech the last few weeks. And that doesn't mean I missed out on making gains because we made massive gains on several other tickers, Hood and SoFi and Sound being some of them, which reminds me I need to look at Hood. But I mean, another great opportunity to buy longer term calls on Hood here because we're just back testing the range at this point. I need to put a minor support here. But I know the market opens in 5 minutes too, so I'm not going to be on live during the market open. Gotta jump on some meetings for work and stuff anyways. Pre-sale on a coin. What coin or what token are you talking about, man? Oh, you're talking about SOLX. What is that? Oh, wait, is that the Solana ETF? Yeah, no, I don't mess with a lot of pre-sale stuff, dude. Like I used to, and I mean, I've been in crypto since 2017, so I've done lots of various different things within the crypto realm, but I don't waste time messing with a lot of the pre-sale stuff like that. Let's see. Sorry, trying to check 3 different places for tickers that people are requesting real quick to make sure I didn't skip anybody. Yeah, we covered that already. Hood, probably looking for a good opportunity to add to that. Clove, Palantir. What's Palantir? Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy up that dip. I'm all about that. But again, not until a confirmed reversal happens. So Palantir is one of my favorite longer term trades. Man, these $9 calls went 100% gains on Friday, so that was great. Looking for a back test there. A $70 range holding support would be great. But yeah, let's see if there's no other tickers. Solana Layer 2. Yeah, I mean, JD, there's tons of new coins. Like, I even personally have my own crypto on Solana blockchain that is the ethical trading AI token. So, yeah, you don't want to chase every little pre-sale or every little token that gets added to Solana network. See, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the live stream. If there's other tickers y'all want me to cover, let me know. I'm gonna turn on the other live stream though. That is the actual feed with the buy sell signals here in a minute, but it's gonna be a separate feed. That way, people can reference back to this video without getting lost in it. So, everyone have a good day. Good luck with your trades. Let's make some gains.